over 2 decades of operation in Nigeria, CNI Leasing is the foremost leasing company in Nigeria. Here today at the CNI Leasing headquarters, I am with the Managing Director, Mr. Andrew Otike Odibi.
Thank you, Mirabel.
Thank you, sir, for having us today.
Thank you.
So, can you tell us about yourself and your journey with CNI Leasing?
Andrew Otike Odibi. The journey started about almost 19 years ago when CNI was barely 6 years old or 7. And I started with the Port Harcourt office as heading of the branch there, and then moved up to be the general manager and then executive director after a few years, and then managing director 2 years ago, last year, January last year.
Awesome, that's an inspiring story. So what does it take to manage a multinational like CNI Leasing PLC with over 400 employees?
Employees, actually, we have over 5,000.
Wow.
What it takes? It just takes working one day at a time, right? And having dedicated support colleagues who know what they're doing. And what you just do is just keep everybody looking at the vision ahead. That's what it takes.
What makes it special to have your business in Nigeria apart from the competition?
Nigeria is a dynamic market. Nigeria keeps you on your toes. You know, you can't sleep in Nigeria because every day you wake up, there's something new being thrown at you.
Yeah.
So as a businessman in Nigeria, you always have to be on your toes. Yeah. And the harsh operating environment makes it even more challenging and demanding for you because you have to anticipate the next move. I have to be ahead of the next move.
So many of us have a limited understanding about what leasing is. Can you tell us more about the day-to-day intricacies of your business?
Well, leasing it's a very simple concept. It means you own an asset and you give it out to somebody who pays you over a period of time. Now, you could turn that in different ways. It could be a finance lease where the customer eventually owns the asset after paying you for a specified period, or it could be an operating lease where the asset returns to you after usage. We started the business more with the finance lease concept, but in the last couple of years, we've actually shifted more towards the operating lease concept. So you find that we're very asset heavy, and all our assets, or most of our assets, are owned by us and operated by us. So that's, in a nutshell, that's what leasing is.
Okay. I can imagine that your business is very dynamic. So what have you learned so far within your about 18 years to 20 years of experience in CNI Leasing PLC?
It's hard to tell when you say what have you learned so far, because I mean, if you look at the period, we've actually moved from a 1-product business to a 3. There's a time we actually were a 5-product business.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And then we've come back to a 3-product business. Well, I think it's the ability to change with the changes in the environment.
To diversify.
Yeah. One of the strengths we have as a business is our diversity. Currently, we're in 3 main businesses. One is the marine business, then the fleet management business, and the personnel outsourcing business. Now, those 3 businesses are diverse in their structure, their management, and that is one of the strengths we have as a business. Okay, so I would say that within that period, we have learned to understand the economy and the direction of things, and then tilt our business to suit
each.
Yeah.
Mr. Otike Odibi, you've spoken about how CNI Leasing has managed to diversify into various sectors of the Nigerian markets. How do you manage to put all these sectors under one umbrella?
Well, one thing you have to realize is that on the back end, it's easier to manage when you have the businesses working independently. So the way we've structured the business is every business is almost a standalone business. And so you have from the top to the operatives being thinking and being structured in a particular manner, targeted at a particular market. Just like we have the marine business, for example, we have a marine team that is trained, they have loaded with trained mariners and all the way to the top. So they think the marine business, they have experience in the marine business. But at the top, we then bring all the skills together, and that now helps us to manage the group as an entity. So the day-to-day is done by the different unit heads who are running, you call individual businesses. Then strategically, we look at the direction of the group. So it's not as tough as that, but provided everybody is doing what they should do, like I said earlier.
You make it look really easy to run a business like this.
Well, it's not as easy as 1 + 1 = 2.
Beyond the sectors that you've managed to diversify in, what other sectors of the Nigerian market looks attractive to you?
Well, one of the sectors, besides what we're doing now, is the healthcare sector, and then the agri sector, agricultural sector. Those two sectors are interesting and promising, but I'm not saying we're going to go into business in those sectors right now. Just something that we might look into in the future.
That's great. CNI Leasing is the only leasing company on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. How has this influenced your business and your branding?
Well, one thing, it helps give credibility to our brand internationally because of the corporate governance requirements on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. So our partners know that we have to maintain a certain corporate governance structure, and that gives credibility to
the business.
Yes, that helps.
From an external perspective, people look at Nigerian businesses with a little bit more, skepticism.
Yeah, well, there's I would say that the negative image in Nigeria is exaggerated, because you have a lot of good Nigerian businessmen who are very credible and run their businesses very, very well. So we have a few bad eggs that have painted the country in the wrong light, but I think that's why I say the bad image is exaggerated.
I'll take that. So I'm sitting here and I'm looking at your 17 years of outstanding service to CNI Leasing. So what would you say personally is your greatest achievement in this company so far?
My achievement?
Yes.
None.
None? Why none?
I like to see CNI Leasing as the product of teamwork. So I can't tell you that, oh, Andrew OTK has done this. No, but if you say, what has been the achievement of the team? Yes, I'll give you a long list of things. But personally, I don't think I have any.
Okay, so allow me to rephrase my question. What would you consider the greatest achievement of your CNI Leasing PLC team?
Resilience. We've been through some very hard times, and the team is a very resilient team. So no matter how hard the knocks get, we always come back home, look at things, and find out ways to do things better, do things differently. And we always come through. God is always on our, God has always been with us from the beginning.
I agree.
It's evident in everything that we've done so far.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Andrew OTK ODB.
Thank you very much.
Follow us on our website, www.footprinttoafrica.com, and follow us on YouTube at Footprint to Africa. Thank you.